What is going on, everybody? Since the Philadelphia Phillies are not playing tonight, I think it's a great idea to discuss the MLB standings to this date of June 11th and discuss other news around the league. So before we begin, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, comment down below with your thoughts and opinions on some of this stuff. We will start with the AL East, where the New York Yankees are a half game up on the Boston Red Sox. That is due to a win percentage. They are 42-19. They're coming off the Subway Series, where they actually win 2 of the 3 games. They lost last night to the Mets. Speaking of the Mets, they cut Adrian Gonzalez after a year experiment. It's funny because after their hot start, this is the year, oh my god, this is amazing, they're starting to fall apart, and they're cutting guys left and right. I'm curious to see what happens with that situation. Is anyone going to pick up Adrian Gonzalez? Is he worth the attempt of a bat at first base, a DH? Who knows? Is it worth it? Who knows? So, like I said, yes, the Yankees are now above the Boston Red Sox. Aaron Judge, 18 home runs. He does have 85 strikeouts, though, which is a ton, but we knew that with Aaron Judge. That's how it works. The Yankees are finding a way, though. After that streak in the beginning of the year where the Red Sox were off to this hot start, they were playing 500 ball, and now they're picking it up big time. Speaking of the Boston Red Sox, they have a stretch coming in against the Baltimore Orioles, so it's a little bit easier of a series next compared to the Yankees-Washington Nationals series that they have next. But they just lost to the White Sox. They lost a series. They lost 2 games in that 3-game series. And I don't know if that's a lack of preparation. Who knows? JD Martinez, he's got 21 home runs. That's leading the league. Mookie Betts still playing unbelievable baseball and leading the league in batting average. So he's still on the top of his game right now. And then you have, obviously, the Toronto under 500, Tampa Bay under 500, Baltimore 19-45. With the Machado, that's still playing great, but just on a really bad team, obviously. So what are you going to do? Moving on to the Central, there's really not much there. There's way more divisions that are way more entertaining, that's for sure. You have Cleveland leading the way with 34-29, and then the rest of the division is just I mean, Detroit, Minnesota, White Sox, Kansas City, all below 500. Not very entertaining to watch. AL West is when it gets really, really interesting. The Seattle Mariners are leading the division. It's insane. Well, they're tied with Houston, but they're 41-24, and I just can't get over this. Like, what's how? You have D. Gordon, Segura batting .337. They're 8-2 in their last 10 with their starting pitching. Gonzalez 7-3. Felix Hernandez is 6-5, which isn't anything spectacular. It's just wow. Wow. I mean, let's be real, right? Is anyone at the beginning of the year saying Seattle has got that division 100%? No, I'm not saying that they're 100% going to win the division, but right now I wouldn't ever imagine them being the way that they are, especially tied with the Houston Astros. Wow, stunned. Speaking of Houston, 42-25, obviously they're bringing the power. They have what they had last year with Altuve and Springer and Verlander. They just have everything clicking right now, and it's great to watch, and I'm excited for them to continue to play that the way that they're playing. They're fun as hell. They are fun as hell. They bring it. They have great defense. They have enjoyable players who bring the passion to the baseball field every single night, and that's why it's remarkable to watch them play. You also have the Angels, and it's a shame, but I saw Ohtani might need Tommy John surgery, and he might be knocked out until 2020. It's so bad to see. He's got 6 home runs on the year, batting .289. I mean, did anyone really expect him to bring this kind of production to the bats after that spring training where people were like, oh my god, is he ready for this? Mike Trout, he's batting .299. He's got 19 home runs on the season. And on top of that, you have Simmons batting .330. I mean, wow, what a season he's having. And what a tough division. 37-29 is 4.5 game back from the division lead. Whew, that is a tight race going on over there with good solid squad. So keep an eye on that division. Moving on to the NL, the Milwaukee Brewers. Stop. Are you serious? 39-26. They look offensively gifted, especially against the Philadelphia Phillies last series as they put up 12-plus runs. Like, come on. They're just outstanding to watch right now. Their team is playing so exciting, it's insane. On top of that, the Chicago Cubs, 37-25. a half game back of the division lead. The St. Louis Cardinals, 35-28. This division reminds me of the AL West. There are 3 solid teams up at the top of this division that can really take it at all times. I mean, the Cubs are starting to click a little bit. You have Anthony Rizzo playing fantastic ball. You have this team finding ways to win again. It looked like, you know, after the World Series run, did it look like they had it again last year? We weren't saying that it was the same type of squad, but this year they're starting to put it back together, I think, and they're starting to look like that team again. Chris Bryant playing the corner, nice. I'm excited to see how this division plays out, but stunned, just like I am with Seattle, that the Milwaukee Brewers, I mean, Yelich stepping up, it's crazy. Ryan Braun hitting dingers left and right, especially on the Phillies. I can't handle it, oh my God. PEDs, what? Who said that? Not me. Not me. And then we have the NL West. After Arizona started out so hot, struggled big time, now they're 35-29 leading the division. San Fran stepping up big time, 33-32. They are now 8-2 on their last 10, and it started after the Phillies sweep. I hate I have to keep bringing that up, but it's the truth. It started after that sweep. The Los Angeles Dodgers, 33-32, the biggest turnaround I've ever seen. Okay, you have the Dodgers so hot, 7-3 in their last 10, scary as hell right now. I mean, you got to think about what they dealt with early on with all these injuries and big-time players going down. They have really went in that locker room and said, this is what we need to do. Turner coming back was big, key piece of success. They just clicked and said, we need to do something. We can't be this crappy team that just went from the NLCS and all that great stuff to we're garbage. Garbage. It can't happen. And they're stepping it up. I mean, kudos to them. It is a complete turnaround. And I'll be honest, I actually thought at one point it was like, okay, the Dodgers are just going to fall into a hole. There's no way they're going to be able to snap out of this. They're falling into this trap of all these injuries, and sometimes it's just mentally draining. But wow, I'm shocked, and I could see this team being serious, especially with the Arizona Diamondbacks struggling a little bit. But like I said, San Fran obviously stepping it up big time. You have Bumgarner coming back. He's obviously bringing a spark to that team as well. And then you have the Colorado Rockies, where they're trying to find themselves as well. They're 32-33, but they have a series coming up with the Philadelphia Phillies. So knowing that, it could possibly be a sweep. Who knows? Looking at some league leaders, though, home runs, I've been mentioning them throughout, but J.D. Martinez with 21, Harper 19, batting .228. I skipped right over the NL East. I don't know how that happened. Let's dissect this a little bit. You have the Washington Nationals, 36-27. I can't imagine them losing this National League East. I just can't. You have the Atlanta Braves sticking in there with 37-28. They're going to try and keep pushing them as much as they can, but at the end of the day, their starting pitching for the Nats are just way too strong for us, and they have more key pieces. So, like I said, Bryce Harper, not batting over 300, but has 19 dingers on the year. The Phillies fall to 33-30. They're on their way down. Mets are on their way down. Miami is what it is. But I think the Braves are going to be able to give the Nats a little bit of a push, but at the end of the day, it's going to be the Nationals again. Harper does have 48 walks. And when I was talking about Judge, I was looking at the strikeouts and how many times people strike out. Joey Gallo is actually insane with how many strikeouts this dude has. I mean, we're talking 94. 94! Oh. That's so ugly. That's so bad. I mean, he's having a historic year on the offensive side with home runs for him, but also on a bad note, the amount of strikeouts is just ridiculous. So, that's where we are. It's been a crazy ride so far. You got some news coming around, like Cole Hamels for the Texas Rangers. Is he going to be dealt the teams at the trade deadline? Is that somebody that will be picked up by a squad that's making a run into the playoffs? I personally believe so. He brings a veteran presence that's been part of winning culture with the Phillies and dominant in the World Series as well, may I add. So that's big news out there. Cole Hamels at the trade deadline. I love baseball. I love where we're going. Now that the finals are over, all these situations are over, the Stanley Cup's over, it's all baseball from here. So hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, let me know what you think. I will see you next time.